Erik, just your thoughts on that result there. Early goal, give one back, tied up, and it's kind of a back and forth game there.
Yeah, it was for sure not our best performance. We've put in some effort lately, being unbeaten with the last two games with victories, and we were aiming for the third in a row, and it's a very tough thing in this league, especially if you're not playing to your best and you're facing a team that is on the day much more aggressive, and you could see the first 15 minutes where we were having a lot of missed placed passes, and it kind of set through the team. But out of nowhere, we score a goal, and suddenly we're back and up front them, and then they scored on a mistake, which is a little bit of a theme as well, which is something we need to eliminate as fast as possible. And then we get behind from a goal from Luna, which is also poor from everyone. And then second half, we kind of get back to the game with a cross that kind of goes all the way in. But from there on, I think we were lacking the compactness in our team, and they managed to kill us on transitions, which is it's not good enough, and something we need to be looking into. We gave them way many two chances, and Steve saved I think 200% chances, and it could have been even worse, and that's uncharacteristic for us.
All right, thanks, Erik. Herman, go ahead.
Hey, Erik, tough loss tonight. What was? Can you walk me through that goal and the miscommunication? Maybe a learning moment for Mikael, or can you walk me through that play? What went wrong?
Yeah. I think it's just unfortunate that it's actually a ball that needs to be picked up by Steve, and that's the right call from Mika, from me, from Steve. But it's just unfortunate that Mika is not aware of the man who is kind of sprinting towards. He just needs to get in and use his body and cover. But mistakes happens, and we need to eliminate them. So that's of course something that is tough to see. Especially, it's kind of a goal that we give them, and there's no need for that.
And I've asked it. You mentioned it. It's a recurring theme in the past couple of weeks. I've asked Ben a couple of weeks ago. How do you correct these mental mistakes? And his answer was, the players know. I don't have to correct anything. The players hold themselves to a high standard. So I ask you, as a leader in the back line, how do you ensure the team corrects those mistakes, especially when you're going to face an opponent top of the table as LAFC at home on Sunday?
Yeah, it's football is a game of good plays and bad plays, and that's always going to be. In 100 years, it'll be the same. But of course, looking at our team, there's been too many of these kind of unforced errors, miscommunication, and it's down to the situation where we kind of can never be switched off. It's about every single moment, and I always try to give this advice that if you think 90 minutes is a long time to be focused, then build it into 15 minutes blocks. It's always difficult to get 90 minutes in a long stretch, but building it in 15 minutes, then you can always be switched on, and that's something that needs to be spread the word, and hopefully we can eliminate these mistakes. And today, especially coming up 2-2, it's a result where we can keep on going and go for the win. Instead, we expose ourselves on a long ball where we kind of we clear the ball, and then they go against us, and then they end up in the box with a shot with no pressure.
And then lastly, okay, enough of the negatives. Let's focus on a positive. What went well today that you can use to build, and as you look forward to Sunday?
I want to keep it positive, but I think it was a game where we weren't in control as we normally is, and sometimes these games is some games that we can put into the bin, and I would say this game is for sure that game. Right now I'm not able to spot that many good things. Maybe the first goal was a nice goal, but otherwise than that we weren't up to the top standard that we need to be against a top team that today was dominating us, and they were better today.
And then, sorry, I lied. Okay, this is the last one, I promise.
No, it's okay.
Their pressing. Why was it so effective or difficult for y'all to play out of? Or your thoughts on their pressing?
Yeah, they pressed really hard from the beginning, and we saw that when we dumped some balls towards their backline, they were struggling. So I think it's just about us acknowledging and maybe compromising a little bit on our style when we feel that we're making way many too mistakes that's going to set in the team, and that happened the first 10 minutes. We were horrible in possession, and that's where we just need to be much more pragmatic and go longer and fight for the ball, go deep, and we would have had more success, and we just didn't do that for that matter, and then it cost us.
Thank you, Erik. See you on Sunday night.
See you.
I will wrap it up with Jorge. Jorge, go ahead.
Hi, Erik.
Hi.
Just building off on question. Some signs of frustration throughout the match coming off as well. Just how do you reflect off of today's game, knowing that, like I said, you've got a big game on Sunday, and the league is coming towards a rapid end.
No, it's very frustrating losing games. That's not something we like, not at all. In our team, where we're kind of fighting for those spots up top. So it's frustrating, especially today when we couldn't put in that kind of performance that needed to be perfect. There was too many holes in it. So having this game in mind, of course, it would be nicer to go into the LFC game with a comeback and win 3-2 or something like that after being down 2-1. That didn't happen. But we also know that we can respond, and we have a solid group that are at a high level. And again, as I always in these kind of talks, always urge the fans to come out and support us. We need a full stadium, and it could be nice against LFC to put them under pressure at Shell Energy. It's not only 11 players or 15 players; it's 20,000 people that needs to be there. So right now, this is the moment that everyone needs to step up the players, and I would love to see that the fans would help us towards those 3 points at home.
And then lastly, I just want to ask you a question. Recently, you hit over 50 games for the club. What have you learned on this side of the world of the game of football over here in the States?
That it's high level. I'm very, very pleased and not surprised. I knew what I was coming into, but all over the league, you face very, very good players, teams that are with a lot of power. So that's something that I'm really enjoying. But also the other fact that I've had a huge impact on the team, which is also something that I'm really enjoying, being able to kind of put my style on how we play. I've developed a great deal with the possession, feeling that I'm having a crucial role in that too, and both defensively and offensively. It's fun to play at this in this team. So I'm just proud of having played already kind of 50 games, and I'm striving for the 100.